Huh? That's August now instead of the no, after the third week, after the third week. So it would be starting the 21st. 21st.
Oh my gosh, we've got 3 vendors in the house. Oh no. Oh. It's getting back to normal. Parking lot's full.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this beautiful morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. Seeing some new faces. Hello, Hank. Good to have you with us in person as well. And welcome to Renee from Gannick. Nice to have you here. You said almost, it feels like almost 2 years, right?
Feels like it.
Feels like it.
Time.
And then good morning to all our Zoomers back home. 3 people. Tell me something good. What's happening in your lives? Good morning. Good morning. What's happening? Share something good and positive.
We made it to the other side.
You made it to the other side. Good.
Woo! And Virginia and Laura are back in their usual spots.
Thank you for saving them.
So, someone else. I think we had a fantastic Ray Day. So congratulations to each and every one of you. That is something good.
That was outstanding. Yes, yes.
It was great. Who else? Share something good. I need one more. Where's our Zoomers?
Yeah, I know Jeannie Poster's on there and Susan Eschbach.
Not everybody at once, though.
I will say something good. On Friday, Ellie and I brought both of our SUVs full of goods to Solidarity Sandy Springs. And we met Jennifer, who is the founder of it. And she was so appreciative. She said this was the biggest donation haul they'd had in a very long time. And in addition to all of that, which I think the picture is posted on our Facebook, but I'll make sure to share it with y'all some more. In addition to that, we raised over $2,000 so that they can buy perishable goods because we only collected non-perishables. So in addition to everything we donated, they also have $2,000 to buy fresh fruit, meats, vegetables for the people of Solidarity Sandy Springs. So it was a really great moment to just remind everyone what we work for and what we're appreciative of. So.
And what a blessing, and we are all blessed, and what a blessing it is to be able to give back, right? Giving is the gift that really never stops giving. So it's a blessing to be in that position. Right, we have birthdays coming up, 4 of them. Sierra, Donnie, Austin, and Morris. Happy birthday, folks. May you have an abundantly blessed year. May it be your best year ever. Happy birthday celebrations. And then Susan, Lift Program. Good morning, Susan. What's happening? Please give us an update.
Good morning, Keller Williams Atlanta Perimeter. I can't
just 1 second.
this morning. Apparently, I need another cup of coffee.
Making the audio. 1 second, please.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for
that.
Yes, there we go. There we go.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here once again. Thank you for having me back. I've got some exciting things to share. How many of you have downloaded the Key Please app and used it? Either you received money from it or you used it to leverage someone else. Anybody, any hands up in the room? I can't see you, so.
No hands here, but if
All right, well,
wait a minute.
Homework.
Did you ask, has anyone used it yet, Susan?
Yes.
Yes. So last week I used Key Please. I had a dilemma. I was in the middle of something else and a client wanted to see a house at 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. They were coming in from Destin, taking one night here in Atlanta and heading back up to North Carolina. And so I got on Key Please. It was very fast, very quick. Within probably less than 60 seconds, I had a response and the guy texted me immediately. And I ended up calling him to give him a little background from my clients. And they were very pleased. They said he was very professional, asked all the right questions, you know, gave some comments about the home himself. So had some educational background. And they were very pleased and said that they appreciated me being able to get them in. So it worked out very, very well.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I've
very
got a
good.
couple other people posting in the comments that they've used it as well. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I have, according to my records, only 23 perimeter agents have downloaded the app. If you have not downloaded the app, you are missing out. If you're a newer agent, you're missing out on the opportunity to make some extra money doing real estate business. If you are an experienced agent and you are in need of some help and some leverage, you are missing out from not downloading it and having all Rawls Group agents in the palm of your hand, basically. So the more people that download it, the more success we'll have with it. So please, please, please don't forget to download Key Please. You can go to the Apple Store or your Google Play Store, download it. It's very simple. You type in your phone number and your email address and your license number, and it reads the back end. We've already input all that information in there for you, and you should be able to use it. If for any reason you're having any challenges, you can email support@KeyPlease, and KeyPlease is spelled KeyPleaz, and they're happy to help you out if you're having any issues whatsoever. But it's going really well. Those that are using it are loving it. We're also getting some great feedback on our contract to close department, and those that are using our closers are very, very happy with their service. I see Deb Martino nodding her head. I know she uses Amy on our team, and Amy is phenomenal. She does a great, great job. So Mia Sam is also using Amy. Yeah, she brags about you too. Or Mia, I might be saying your name wrong. Maya. So I know she uses Amy as well. And so if you have not used any of the people on our team, please don't hesitate. You've got the rest of the month to get that discounted rate at only $325 for all your paperwork. And there is a discount if you have cash or it's new construction or you just want documents only. We can help you there too. So please feel free to reach out. If you want contract to close help, it's info@rgclosings.com, INFO if you're new. If you continue to use us, then you can just email your coordinator directly. Our phone number there is 404-793-0010. And Key Please, just go to your local app store and download it. And June 1st, mark your calendars, June 1st, we have another surprise, another great help coming your way. So stay tuned. Thanks, Marco.
Thank you very much, Susan. Let's celebrate our clappers, Suyun Yang and Kristen Schankenberg. Congratulations on clapping. 100% of your commission. That is what it's all about. Congratulations to you two ladies. Outstanding. And then our first closings, we have Brandon, Rochelle, Candace, Erica, Paul, Ross, Selena, Filiberto, Sormay, Ashley, Brian, Donnie, and Warren. Congratulations on your first closing. That is amazing.
We're playing catch up here. So this is January through April. But all of these agents had their first closing in real estate during those months. So woohoo!
Getting into production, that's the golden rule. The ice is broken now. The next challenge to all of you, how quickly can you cap? That's the goal. Then our first listing, Filiberto, Keller, Sandra, Sormay, Ashley, and Jennifer. Congratulations on that. Listings is the highest leverage and earning potential in real estate. So congratulations to you, which takes us to our next slide. And that is our May on-market listings. Last year, May listings achieved was 71. Our goal is 75. We started our listing drive October last year, October 1st, 2020. And I looked at the numbers, and if I look at the numbers of the last 3 months, we have outperformed, as the market center, we have outperformed the region. And we have also in one of the months outperformed KWRI in terms of percentage listings taken year-over-year numbers. So congratulations to each and every one of you on that achievement. Let's keep that momentum going. Focus on listings, make it happen. Make it happen. Certainty, Mr. Matlip, Mr. Paul, who's talking to us this morning?
We might tag team it, Marco.
Awesome.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Zoomers.
Good morning.
Matt Lip, Certainty Home Loans. Paul Bryan, Certainty Home Loans.
Brian now.
I think like you said, fantastic turnout last week at Red Day. That was really good to get out. Good weather, see everybody, good barbecue. Excited to announce that we will have our first in-person training in over a year here on Thursday, this Thursday from 12 to about 1 o'clock. We'll be doing it in person and I'll have a Zoom link. We're doing Mortgage 101. So excited
Okay,
to do that
can you
again.
explain that? What do you cover in Mortgage 101 for the newer agents?
So Mortgage 101,
Good food.
we'll cover different loan types, different loan programs, kind of what to look and listen for when you're talking with your clients.
And could we
As buyers, we'll talk about credit.
provide you some forms for a little guidance?
We talk about forms. We talk about a few of the exhibits, financing exhibits. Just kind of the basics of mortgages and what you should. I mean, our goal is not to make y'all loan officers. We have enough competition as it is, but enough to be dangerous when you're talking to your clients about, well, like I said, what to look for, listen for, and maybe some questions to ask them when you're first gonna lead.
Nice.
Yes.
So y'all will go through a conventional document or a conventional loan document, an FHA loan document,
Yes.
USDA, and all cash. So Zoomers, everyone here, if you had questions on those, definitely plug into this. And it's Thursday.
Thursday at noon.
We will also have our realtor reference guides. So
Yes.
nice to have in your phone.
Great handout.
Yes. Exactly.
Also regarding Mortgage 101, Certainty Home Loans has a underwriting scenario desk that I never knew we had, and I've been using it. I've had some self-employed borrowers lately that is very, very confusing. I can do tax returns. I can do it on our calculation worksheet and calculate it all. But I had somebody with 7 different businesses. They do hair, makeup, and rental for the movie industries. And these young ladies make some money and they've got money moving, and it was so confusing. So I put it all together with tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, letters of explanations, bank statement, and sent it to our underwriting scenario desk. 24, 30 hours later, I get a full answer back, notes in our file, the underwriter telling me exactly.
And
what
this is before they're under contract.
This is, I can do this before they even apply for a loan. Well, no, I could do that. But this is before they're under contract. They're very confusing. There are so many things can jump up and bite us that we miss as very experienced loan officers. And this doesn't go to a junior underwriter. These are supervisors, VP underwriters. And they analyze it. And I know exactly where I'm at on these 3 young ladies. And they're all pre-approved and ready to buy.
Yeah, because the last thing the number one thing we hate in this business is surprises. So having this tool and this resource for us to be able to bounce something off an actual underwriter if we do have somebody who's a little more complicated, so that there's no surprises when you are under contract and we aren't getting under it. And so it's a fantastic tool. And yeah, utilize this. If you've got somebody who's complicated, let's, eliminate the confusion early.
There's nothing going to come back and bite us because the notes are in the file from whatever, supervising underwriter saying, this is what we did, this is the income, and it's done. And it feels good.
Yeah.
So think about that with your self-employed borrowers, because there's a lot of them out there. I'm
And hopefully
looking at a
see you on
bunch right
Thursday.
now. So.
Hopefully see you Thursday. Mortgage 101.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thank
Have a
you.
good week.
Great.
Low.
Thank you, Certainty.
Yes.
Great work.
Now is there a drum roll?
Oh my gosh, she's in the house.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
And pearls.
And a dress I haven't worn in like a year and a half.
What?
I'm finally wearing all my clothes again. Good morning, everybody. Renee Dillon with Gannett PC. I'm one of the owners of the firm. I think this is. I'm not used to it. Where do I
Right there's, yeah, right
Okay.
there's
go?
pearls.
I'm blinded.
I thought you were turning around to see the name of the firm.
No, I was double checking. Where do I work again?
Oh, yeah.
learn the name, but CNBC, manage the Ashford Dunwoody office right up the road. First thing I want to announce, so we also have a class. This one is going to be virtual. It is tomorrow at 2 p.m. and it is Contracts 102 with myself and Lynn LaCroix. So especially for you newer agents, please sign up and join in. We're going to be going over really all the exhibits and contingencies and really how they're being used a little bit differently in this market versus, you know, in years past or in markets past. So definitely join in. As for my tip for today, so we are seeing a lot of creative ways trying to get buyers some closing costs or credits. A lot of agents are trying to give some of their commission to the buyer since sellers are, you know, not really wanting to do a lot of repairs, do high paid, seller paid closing costs. So my big tip on this is please talk to your lender before putting anything in writing and before coming up with some, you know, out of the box way to get your buyer more money. A lot of loan programs don't allow an agent to contribute to the buyer's closing costs. And what I find is that most agents, they're trying to get to a number in their mind for their buyer to bring to closing, for their buyer to, you know, pay for the house. So my best advice is first talk to your lender and see what you can or cannot do regarding getting your buyer some of the commission, or just, I said this yesterday or last week at another meeting, you know, just kind of sit there and do the calculations and try to figure out where you're trying to get your buyer to and what other ways you can do that, whether it's, you know, moving the sales price or some other seller paid closing costs around. But a lot of the creative things that we're seeing are just not flying with the lenders, and we're having to go back at the last minute and adjust numbers. So just keep that in mind when you're negotiating for your buyer and seller.
Yeah, the people on Zoom need us to talk up, please.
Oh, sorry.
And the microphone's right above you, so you can just stop up there.
Well, I'm done. I'm sorry if you didn't hear anything. I will talk louder next week. Basically, before you try to give your commission to your buyers, check with the lender, see if there is a different way to do that. I'm not used to shouting.
I know, it's hard.
All right, any
Contracts
questions?
102 tomorrow.
Contracts 102 tomorrow. Now I'm gonna look at it every time I talk. Contracts 102 tomorrow at 2 p.m. Stacy has the link. I think we're gonna send it out again to everybody so you can sign up. We'll have all the attachments sent to you as well. So 2 p.m. over Zoom. Next month, we are gonna be doing a mock closing in our office. That will be our first in-person training in a year and a half. That one is a great one too. We go over just what happens in closing. It's a good one for new agents if you haven't had a closing, or if you've had a closing and felt kind of lost and didn't know what to do. We go over the settlement statement, which is all the numbers. It gives you a little bit better understanding of, you know, what the numbers the buyers and the sellers are looking at so that you can better answer their questions about closing. And we'll get the dates. I think we have it scheduled, but I don't remember the dates. So we'll get that out to you. Well, thank y'all so much. So good to be here.
Thank you very much, Renee. Georgia Natura.
Natural gas. Yes,
Rushanda, hello. Talk to us.
Hello.
What's happening?
You have gas, Rashonda? I do have great things with Georgia Natural Gas. So I wanted to tell y'all about, last year we did a broker contest between Keller Williams offices. This office came in second last year, but I know we are dying to come in first place. Peachtree Road, I already said that they're going to win. So I want to make sure that y'all know what we need to do in order to win. So Georgia Natural Gas is a natural gas provider. Anywhere here in the state of Georgia that offers natural gas service, you can select Georgia Natural Gas as your provider. Why would you do that? Your clients receive $120 in bill credits, or they can select a discount off of their rates. And as an agent, you will receive a $60 referral reward every time that your client enrolls. So you hear people like me talking about how he uses that to take his clients out to lunch. Katie uses it for her vacation fund. If she's on, hey, top hat, sorry. Tell you guys
just here to support you.
And so for our office, I believe we have a copy of the flyer up here. So for our office, so the office who wins first place will receive $1,500. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to have a big wine party to like get together from a culture committee standpoint to do something with those funds. If you want to do a donation, second place is $750. I won't talk about that much because I know y'all are gearing to win first place. Always winners. And so you've had breakfast. We now do have some new treats outside by where we had breakfast. You have some trunk organizers that you can pick up to kind of help yourself keep organized with your hand sanitizers, your masks, your gloves, whatever you need. I have some information in the bullpen that you can use to like share the Georgia Natural Gas offer. Our goal is just to make everything as simple and easy for you as possible. That's it. Georgia Natural Gas.
I was just about to say, this one's, we have to make mistakes every now and then, just so that we have material and content for the blooper reels. But on my printout, it says Georgia and not that, and I thought maybe that's natural. Georgia Natura. Okay.
I love pronunciation. I love it.
Awesome.
All right, thanks.
Okay, wait, we got a Zoomer question. Does your client have to say your name, or how do you know the name when they sign up?
Okay. So the promo code that your clients will use is Keller Williams. So super easy. Make sure that your clients mention your promo code Keller Williams. And then there's a referral code that you receive as an agent when you sign up. So I'll put the link to sign up in the chat, but it's basically gng.com/GNG Hub. So gng.com/GNG Hub. And you can go there if you don't have a referral code to sign up for the program and get your referral code. If you are on the program and you just have questions, my email information will be in the chat as well as my phone number. Let me know. And you can private message me and I'll answer while we're in the team meeting. Michelle made $600 last year. Get your money, get your money. It really is a cash machine, you guys. If your clients, if they have natural gas, then just provide some recommendations to them, make it very easy, and you look like an expert. So.
And on the GNG Hub, there's a place where you can put your client's email address in there, and we'll send them a nice formatted email that, you know, with the links and everything to sign up.
Yes, we have a lot of referral partners, so shout out to the McCartys as well. And so what he's talking about is the email share tool in the portal. You can share it either email, you can do it on social media, and all like Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff as well. So.
It's not just for new clients. In the fall, when we get that first cold snap, I'll post something to check your gas rates and I will post your thing.
Yep. So another marketing opportunity. I'm not going over time. All of our wonderful referral partners are actually giving suggestions. Just for clarity. So what Virginia was mentioning for those of you who are on Zoom is that you can also send it out to your existing clients, just as a reminder with natural gas rates, including the winter time when it's starting to get cold, like, hey, I have a savings for you from a natural gas warming perspective.
If they weren't paying attention, they're paying $1 a thumb.
Yes, they more than likely are paying very high. Right now, the discounted rate is 47 cents per therm for a 12-month or a 6-month rate. People can be on variable rates and paying well over $1. So you can really save your clients money right now, today.
Note to self, Georgia, natural gas.
Yes. Thank y'all for your time. First place winners.
$1,500 worth of wine.
Ellie, FMLS 118, come talk to us.
Okay, just some really quick housekeeping. Won't take a long time on this, but we do ask that agents complete their own FMLS 118s and Georgia MLS. This is how you communicate to FMLS and Georgia MLS that you closed out your listings. It takes 5 seconds on each website. I promise you, it does not take a long time. And if you need any help, need instructions, just reach out to me or Rebecca even. It's a lot quicker for you guys to do one every time you have a closing than Rebecca to do 20 a day. So we would just ask for your help with that. And then the website to complete it is down here at the bottom. Let me switch the screen for Zoomers.
And this will actually be beneficial to agents because you can automatically mark your property as closed. There's no delay in the office doing it. So you will not be getting those additional calls of, is this property still available? So this will make everyone's life easier. It'll make your life easier. But if you have any questions, I will put that link in the chat box.
And you need the FNF, and you need the settlement statement.
Yes, you need an electronic copy of the settlement statement. Thank you for that, Michelle. And most attorneys will email you an electronic copy. I know you leave closing with a hard copy, but just ask them to email you a copy as well.
So are you gonna send out, since we haven't done it before, or just something that we could forward?
Yeah.
Haven't done, okay.
Yes. And
Just
then-
kind of this, but in an email?
Yes, I can send out an email announcement. I also want to mention contract to close is a great thing to lean on and consider if you are not used to doing extra admin type tasks. We have Rawls Group, reach out to Susan Brown. That is one way to take things off your plate. And now to the good stuff.
Market conditions has commission under pressure, and we have a panel set up for you this morning, defending your commission, scriptal. So, Stacy, all yours.
Oh, well, I've got,
Some tricky
agents, agents that we're gonna grill. So I'd like my dear friend Virginia Moran to come up to the front, my dear friend Michelle Pleasant. Come on, RJ, we need you too. And Terry Cummings, our coach. Yep, gonna show us.
Picture's not there.
You're gonna play an agent.
I'm playing an agent?
Yes, you don't get to escape
Come on,
this.
Miss Ashford, down the way.
Wait a minute, we got an empty chair here.
We need cave in it here for sure.
Yep. Now, in this market, we know that, builders, darn it, are starting to pay only 2% to buyer's agents. We also know that because things are flying off the shelves, sellers think, oh, I hardly need a listing agent. And why don't we get the buyer to pay the commission? All sorts of crazy thinking, which is not the way we normally do business. So for the benefit of everybody, we wanted to hear how some of the pros respond when their clients, either buyers or sellers, ask you to reduce your commission. I'm gonna pose a few questions and we're gonna cover, like I said, both buyers and sellers. Okay, Virginia, I'm a seller, I'm a potential seller. I think you're great. I just have another agent who will list the house and take only 1% on the listing side. I just need you to match that and then we can do business. So a total of 4, 3 for the buyer, 1 for you.
Miss Stacy, I appreciate you asking that because we should be upfront with our numbers, right?
Yes, and remember for the Zoomers.
Because I can never hear when I'm at home either.
Yeah.
So, what's most important to you? The number that you pay me or the bottom line that is deposited to your account when you walk out of closing?
Well, when you put it that way, yeah.
Because I can guarantee you, they're probably only worth 1%. And you can get agents to do it for 1% up to 10%. Your deal at 7% with me. You're getting the most value. No one will get you a better number into your account on the day of closing than I will.
That put it in perspective. Okay, let's give somebody else another go. Mrs. Cummings, I think you're great. It's just that I have another agent that will do it for 4%, 3 for the buyer, 1 for the listing agent. Can you do that? Because I'd really like to work with you.
Well, thank you, Stacy, and I would really like to work with you as well. I have laid out my marketing plan with you. And so let me ask you, what part of my marketing plan would you like for me to delete in order for me to list your house at 4%?
Well, I didn't know that it would come to that.
Well, yes, Miss Stacy, because let me explain it to you this way. I've got 6 $1 bills here, okay? And so 3 of these dollar bills are gonna go to the buyer's agent. And we want a really good buyer's agent to get your house under contract so that they know what they're doing. And a really good buyer's agent deserves that 3%. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So then the other $3 that would be coming to me are not coming to me exactly. So 1%, one of those dollars is going to all the marketing efforts. The other $1 is going to the IRS because I have to pay taxes just like you do. And then the other 1% is going to my broker. So as you can see, I'm only getting 1%.
You just
Wow.
explained, you gave away all 3%.
So
I'm already working for free.
Exactly right. I'm already
You want me to
working for
pay
free.
you
I'm
to
only
do it?
getting 1%.
Maybe not all the 1% goes for
Right,
marketing,
right.
yeah.
But that's a good visual that you can, especially if you've got 6 $1 bills laying out right there to explain to us all.
Right. Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Ms. Pleasant, I am one of your buyers, or I think I'm gonna be your buyer. And, there may be properties we wanna see where they're only paying 2% to the buyer's agent. What would you say to me?
I do hi Stacy, just wanted to talk to you about how the commission works. Normally, I just want to talk to you about how the commission works. Normally, the seller does pay my commission, but there will be times where there will only be 2% or 2.5%. And so when you sign my buyer brokerage agreement, you're agreeing to pay the difference if the seller does not pay that. Are you going to be okay with paying the difference at that time?
Excellent. Can I see a show of hands of others in the room that are routinely doing that? Renita, Ro?
Can you repeat that script again?
Yes. No, it's, I think some folks that have been in the business maybe longer, just when markets were different, it never was an issue.
Never came up.
It never came up that you would get less than 3%. So you didn't have to defend your buyer agent commission. So this is kind of new. So say it again.
So this is a buyer agent situation.
Right.
Okay.
And Stacy, I just want to talk to you a little bit about how I get paid. Normally, the seller would pay my commission. In this market now, we're seeing that sellers are only paying 2% or 2.5%. Some of the builders are paying 0%. So when you sign my buyer brokerage agreement, you're agreeing to pay the difference if the seller does not pay my full commission. Are you okay with that?
Well, I guess so. How would we do that when, at the end, at the closing?
So you would agree to it already in the buyer brokerage agreement. And then when we go to closing on my commission agreement, there's a line that says that you will pay that difference if the seller does not pay it. But normally I'm going to try to find properties that are listed for 3% so that you don't have to pay my commission.
Okay, all right. Has anybody run into that? Renita, can you speak to, are you handling it?
My buyers never had a problem paying my commission. Because a lot of the, especially all the new construction, like night homes, a lot of the new construction communities are paying 2%. I tell them even before we even go to the property, hi, I know you love this new construction home, but you see it's 2%. You remember that buyer's brokerage agreement? Yeah, okay. Okay, it's 1%. This is the number. Whatever that 1% is, you're okay with that at closing. Yeah. Then when closing comes, it's still not an issue because I've already talked to them before we even show the property. And then when we show the property, they go through the process. And same with the investors, this stupid open door. It made 2.25%, and that Zillow 2.5%. Those are the type of homes I keep running into. And I tell my buyers, even before we show them how you notice the open door house is a Zillow house. And now my clients are used to it because they have so many houses on the market. It's like, okay, Renee, I already know this is gonna be additional 5%. I'll just add that onto my closing. So they already know, you just.
Okay, so you are having a buyer consultation.
So then
every single buyer.
Every single buyer, you have to have a buyer's consultation. And then at the same time, when they're looking at houses and stuff, majority of them is 3%, but in my market, in my price point, majority of stuff is open doors, Zillow, offer pad, new construction, which is all commission cuts for me when it comes to the listing side. But my buyers never had a problem paying the difference. Because I always tell them, you don't work for free. So,
and one thing in this market also, the buyers are paying their own closing costs. So I do dig deep in their financial business to find out how much money that do they have saved. So I want to know, do you have enough money to pay your down payment, your closing cost and commission if it comes to that. It really sometimes depends on my client too. If they are not fully in a financial situation to be able to pay the additional 0.5%, I'll still show them the property, write the offer, and I'll be okay with taking the 2.5%. Sometimes it's off of it depends on the situation, but for me, I have never really had to ask my buyer to pay the commission, but if I did, they have been okay with that.
Well, and I think I'm so glad you mentioned about the closing costs, because now to win a house, you can't ask for closing costs. So that affects tons of buyers. Is Jana Huffam in with us? Jana, are you on the line?
She's been in and out. I think she just took off.
Okay, Jana is driving up to North Georgia, so kind of spotty. But when you come in, because Jana wanted to speak to this as well. All right, Mrs. McCarty.
So formal.
Yes. I just want to hear what you would say too. I have loved working with you in the past. You know, we're gonna sell my house and then buy another one. Can you give me a break on the commission?
Okay, so we do give a thank you. Just FYI, some people don't. Well,
I just want to hear you how you explain
So
it.
what we do is we want everybody to be able to come to the same party, because we have parties. And so we give for the
Client appreciation parties.
Yes, at the second closing of the transaction, we will give you X dollars towards your commission, towards that sale. And then, you know, that way, by the way, for everybody else, you're not giving it on the first transaction. Because then if they wander off and buy it for sale by owner, or somebody tells them about a house, you're not out of luck. But anyway, so we have a standard this, and, you know, calculate it, I'll have figured it out.
Now, I noticed, okay, great script. I noticed that you're giving a specific dollar amount instead of a.
This is since last week, actually.
Right.
The market is changing so quickly.
No, we had an amazing top 20%.
We had a top 20% mastermind.
And she said, oh, I've been giving away too much money.
Well, that, but also they forget about it.
Yeah.
They truly forget when you do a 0.5% or whatever. I do on my spreadsheet, I do a spreadsheet for all my listings, and I do put McCarty group discount. So I do hammer it into them, whatever the dollar amount is.
Yeah.
But if you say a number, I did think that was a great idea.
Yes, and the point is that even a 0.5% could be thousands of dollars. And it's not really necessary to say you're going to contribute $1,000 towards their closing costs is usually thrilling to most buyers of all price points. So it's strongly recommended that if you're going to give a discount on a multi-transaction client, a repeat client, that you specify a dollar amount, and you know, it should adjust with the price point, you know, somewhat. So yes, Michelle.
And the reason we said that was because sometimes the second house may be more than the first house that they purchased. So you don't want to discount your commission and give them more money on the second deal.
And it's really a good idea to go ahead and put that in your listing agreement too, whatever that's going to be. And it's a great idea to go ahead and put that on there, that it is on the lesser.
Or it's a dollar.
Right, a dollar amount or on the lesser.
Right,
And
one
then-
pause, are you getting any sound feedback?
Nope.
Okay,
And then if they ask for more, that's when I go into the net. It's about your net, and it's about my negotiating skill. And she's, I love the way you said it.
Since everyone comes to the same party, is this amount the same, or how do you determine the amount?
Good question.
Because it's like when you're on Delta and they're paying $800 for their seat and you're paying $200 for your seat.
Right.
And we
I
don't
do
talk-
it, I basically do it based on the price of the house.
So it's different for everybody.
Yes, I used to do a percentage, a
Like
small
0.5%,
percentage.
yeah.
And since we were talking last Wednesday, I'm figuring that out as we speak.
Have you ever had your clients discussing this at one of your
No.
parties?
No.
Like what RJ and Jim just gave me $10,000.
No, but I never. So I know a lot of people wait for people to ask them, but we think the people that are so mean are the ones that ask you, and the nice people that are so easy don't. So that's why we decided we wanted to have something, and I'm just gonna have something pre-planned, whether it's 2,500 or I would.
So you can be consistent.
Or whatever the number is, and I'm happy to do that. And like I said, because they're repeat clients and they're in a pretty good price range. So, but you know.
Right, so this is
am
exclusive to
good-
repeat clients.
Yes, and the best thing is if you have that person that called and said, oops, I ended up I'm gonna buy this house. You say, well, that's great. And they go, well, do I still get the discount? Well, no. So but it does incent them, and they will, some people have a limit. I say there's no statute of limitations on this, because I want them to come back. If they go off and rent or go live at the beach for a year and then want to come back or whatever, I want them to remember that discount and come back to me.
I like that.
So I don't have a limitation,
Very
it has to be within
wise.
6 months.
Yeah, that's a long-term view.
Yeah.
Virginia, were you gonna add?
No, I called the friends and family discount.
Yes, that's what I call it too.
Right, now,
Deb Martino.
Hey, Stacy,
yes,
hey, would you mind if I added something?
bring it on.
Yeah, this is Deb. We also put a little stip in our either broker, buyers, or listing brokerage agreements that says that this preferred discount is going to a very special client, and that we all agree to not disclose this information, as it could be very detrimental to our business. And that makes, I think, the client feel extra special, and it prevents them from going to a McCarty party or.
Good one, Deb. Thank you. Any other Zoomers have questions or, other ideas they've used? You do not have to be in the business 10 years to participate. Paul Bryan.
The buyer broker agreement, is that Georgia law that has to be signed prior
Yes,
to taking
sir.
someone out and discussing real estate?
If you want to represent them as a client, yes, sir. Then it does have to be signed before you put them in the car.
And that protects you from future?
No, we don't want to. The best way I think to represent or talk about the buyer brokerage agreement is to say, Ms. McCarty, thank you so much for this buyer's consultation today. I really appreciate it. I want to share this confidentiality agreement with you. And what this confidentiality agreement is, it means whatever you tell me, Ms. McCarty, you can tell me you're going through a divorce. You can tell me that you really qualify for $500,000, but you only want to put $300,000, on this house. Whatever it is you tell me, I cannot relay that information to anyone else as long as this is signed. And as you can see, the very first line of this agreement says, in order for me to represent you as a client, it's state law that this be signed. Now, also, Ms. McCarty, I want you to know that you're saying that you're not going to use another realtor, okay? That you're going to be exclusive with me. However, if you and I decide this isn't working out, we can terminate this agreement at any time. Let's go ahead and get this buyer brokerage agreement signed and get you in the car and find that home of your dreams. How about that?
Where do I sign?
Terry, I agree that's law, but it's not practicality. I mean, I've never, in 17 years, ever signed a buyer's brokerage agreement prior to putting someone in the car.
And I, for 25 years, have never done it any other way.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm not in production. I haven't been in production in a while, but I will say that I have had pushback in the past sometimes. And as soon as I did receive the pushback and they wanted to go out the next day, I would say, I'm so sorry, I can't take you out without this being signed. And they'd look at me like, well, okay, we'll sign it. And then I'd end up selling them a house. So I made it my own practice, never to put anyone in my car without that being signed.
And it is super important to have it. Have I sometimes not done it until we wrote an offer, but it is super important to get it signed before you even take that person out, because even in this market right now, they can be out going to an open house, looking on their own, and then new construction. And then if you weren't there at the initial preview of the new construction, that on-site agent may say, well, your agent wasn't here. So it's truly up to us to make sure we get that buyer brokerage agreement signed and email that agent. If your client says, I'm going to this community, email them, hey, Stacy, this is Michelle Pleasant with Keller Williams. My clients, Terry and her husband will be there. So I just wanted to let you know that they are actually coming out. So they can't say, well, you weren't there. Well, I did email you and tell you my clients were coming, and make sure that your clients sign in that they have a realtor and who that realtor is. And if they go to an open house, write down that they have a realtor.
And the other thing I would like to piggyback on that about when you're filling out your buyer brokerage agreement, if you put 0 to where the buyer portion that they're going to pay you, if you put 0 there and no commission is going to get paid by the seller or the builder, then guess what? You have already agreed with your buyer that they do not have to pay you anything. And having that buyer brokerage agreement signed can also help you stay out of trouble with the board of realtors as well. So it's important.
Yeah, I like Michelle's addition about notifying on-site agents at building communities. And I noticed that you said email paper trail as opposed to just a voice message. That's just good business. Gang, do that. Another related question. Have any of you had a new buyer client, so not a repeat, that has asked you if you would be willing to essentially give back some of the commission you earn to them, sort of like a kickback without using that verbiage? And if so, how would you respond? Yeah.
I've never been
I
asked that.
haven't been asked that.
No, but I think some people are hearing about it from like some of the services that give them money back. I don't know who it is, like Redfin, they'll give them 3,000. I will just say that, you know, again, like with the listing, it's all about negotiation and hiring a professional that's going to make, you know, get you a better deal or help you get a house when, you know, some of these fee-based agents are not really as educated or have as many contacts as we do and can get you in houses that you would never know about or whatever. You're paying for somebody that can get you the house of your dreams. Otherwise, do you want $3,000 or the house of your dreams?
I think also some of those are employees or
Yes, they're not.
They do not have the drive that we do, because I can tell you that anyone in here right now is working longer hours than we ever had before. And unfortunately, you are showing at all times of the day and night. You are taking calls, you are checking for new activity. You can't wait for business hours. And that's what a lot of them do. So if you hire someone that's going to give you that $3,000 back, that sounds great, but you're never going to get $3,000 because you're never going to buy a house. It's just not going to happen. They're not fast enough.
And the other thing is, especially if they're asking you to give it back after closing, that's a violation of our real estate commission to give you money after closing. But if they asked for it as a rebate, then there would be some type of communication if I was going to do that, to be able to put it on the contract, talk to the lender, like they said, and ask, hey, are we able to give a portion of our commission? And I don't know with our office, but there are some offices that have a form that you sign and the broker signs that says you're able to give your commission to your client.
So glad you brought that up. Yes, we do have a form that Lynn LaCroix, it's basically a letter from Lynn to the closing attorney saying that this agent for this property has permission to reduce their commission by X amount, because the attorneys, they typically insist on it. They want to know that this has broker approval, because remember that commission's coming to the broker, then being distributed to the agents. So I will, I mean, many people have reached out to me. I have it as a template where you just replace, your name here. Anyway, so did you have a question on it?
I have a comment. I was stunned to hear Renee say that agents are giving their commission to their clients. I have never done that in 26 years. Remember that when you say yes to giving them that $2,000, turn around and look at your goals, look at your loved ones and say, sorry, you're not getting it. Because when you say yes to them, you are saying no to everything that you're working for.
That's very true.
And, and in this market right now, buyer's agents, they're working harder than they have ever had to work.
Absolutely.
I've been in this business this year, 16 years, and this is the hardest. Like I'm on the listing and the buying side, and I'm like up, looking online early in the morning, checking to see if properties are available. We're out showing more. I've never had to be out showing this much. It's normally like, hey, we're gonna go look at about 5 houses at the most.
Right.
One of them's gonna get accepted.
All those
Now you
old
might be like,
Right.
you've probably looked at 10. I think I've probably written 100 offers this year. Like we're in a different market. So for you to give up your commission, you're doing a disservice to yourself because we are working harder than we used to have to work.
Absolutely. I wanted to make a comment too, and I want to make sure that the newer agents understand that you cannot boycott showing a listing if it is less than 3%. You cannot do that. That's against GREC. That's a violation. So if that, and you can get in big trouble by not showing properties that are not listed at whatever commission that you want it to be. So I would never say, or I'm recommending to never say to your buyer or seller, that, oh, I'm going to search out houses for you that are only at 3%, and because that could really come back on you if your buyer says, well, I found this house on such and such website, but the commission's only 2.5%. I guess you're not going to show that to me. So just be careful of that.
Real estate jail.
Yeah, real estate jail.
We don't
big
lose your
time.
license.
And then if I've been in some of these groups where agents are talking about commission, we should not be in these groups having any conversations about commission. Like if somebody does, do not respond on it, don't like it, do not say anything about commissions in these Facebook groups.
Pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why?
Say
We need to
one.
explain why, because of the collusion. So
Right.
people understand
Yes.
why you shouldn't do that.
Because it's a violation of GREC also, and it's basically, you're saying that, we're boycotting different companies because they're not paying our commission or different builders. So it's just super important not to have those discussions within those groups or really too much at anywhere, to be
Right,
honest.
Charlie.
Tracy, it's bigger than that. It's actually a violation of federal law. That's an antitrust law that was brought against a number of the companies in Atlanta about 25 years ago when they were locked in at 7% and were holding to that. And I know some people almost went to jail.
Names that you know.
There's no such thing as a standard commission.
Yeah, please don't say, and don't even use 6% as an example or 3%
Right.
because everybody uses those, which sounds like collusion.
Right.
Which
Right.
means you're gonna wear a jumpsuit and get peanut butter and jelly.
And it's orange.
And it's orange, yes. And it's orange, yeah. I'm looking at the time. I think this has been very helpful. I hope everybody's got some takeaways from it. Any questions from Zoomers? Because we want to talk about listings and buyer needs.
Zoomers, once, twice.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for being with us.
Invaluable and very, very informative. Thank you for that, ladies.
Good job.
Stacey, just quickly tell us what's happening on Wednesday, what's happening with training, Contracts 102.
Okay, Renee did mention it. It's the Renee and Lynn show. And you do have to register just to get the Zoom link. I'll send it out again. It's, we're giving an hour and a half, 2 to 3:30. And you'll have an attachment that has all the copies of the GAR forms that they'll be talking about. So bring your questions. We won't be able to cover every single one, but I wanted you to have it in case somebody says, oh yeah, that's this one, and you can look at it. So we can never cover everything in an hour and a half, but we'll do our best. And it's not just for new agents. So, and then on Thursday, the Margot Show.
Thursday, 9 to 12, we're doing 6 Personal Perspectives, which is one of the foundational courses of Keller Williams. You will see, you can look at anything in our curriculum and there will be reference to one or all the 6 steps. Number 1, before you can master anything, you need to master yourself. Number 2 is the 80-20 principle. Number 3, moving from natural style to purposeful style. How are we going to do that? Step number 4, being in a learning-based state of mind. What is next? We need to get rid of limiting beliefs, which is step number 5. And how do we do all of that? Step 6, taking accountability. So looking forward to see all of you there. I have quite a lengthy introduction to it because Gary Keller asked this question: what is it that differentiates those who achieve at a very high level from those who don't seem to accomplish as much? And he said the answer, after researching that, is mindset. And then I wanted to know, okay, well, before I can master anything, I need to master myself. Before I can master myself, therefore, I need to master my mindset. And then I go back to what King Solomon says, guard your heart, your mindset, more than anything else, because everything you do flows from that. So I'm looking forward sharing that with you on Thursday, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 9 to 12 on Thursday morning. What is happening, however, I think 6 to 7 tomorrow evening, Renita, come talk to us. Wind Down Wednesday.
Woohoo!
Like wine.
Where's my team?
Where's your team?
It's her.
That's all right. Growth committee of one.
Imagine
growth
that
committee.
Renita is part of
That's
the
a reduction
trio.
committee.
Got
Thanks,
triplets.
real funny. So I want to invite everybody out to Wind Down Wednesday tomorrow. It's going to be 6 to 7. I really want my people who are needing to cab, want to get to know the office vibes, want to get to know agents here in the office, because as y'all know, COVID, we weren't here. We have not seen each other. So we want to get together. It's going to be a nice casual mix, mingle, icebreaker, get to know each other, let our hair down, enjoy, turn up. So please be there, okay? I got Certainty Home Loans. They got the wine. We got the sweets. We got the whites. We got the reds.
Yep.
So come through, drink, eat your snacks. Let's have fun finally. And I'm just blessed to see y'all. I'm happy to be around y'all. So come out again tomorrow. At what time?
6 o'clock.
Who all coming?
Everybody.
Thank y'all.
I know a lot of people are probably gonna ask you how to get out to this gazebo.
Yes, so it's gonna be here. Y'all look beautiful. Just turn your
Yeah.
head to that window. It's a nice little gazebo area out there. We're gonna have the drinks. We're gonna have the wines, we're gonna have the cheese, we're gonna have the crackers. I need all y'all to be out there. I need to see all of y'all there. What time?
6
o'clock.
When?
Lakefront Park.
All right, thank y'all.
Rebecca, what did you say the best way to get out there?
Yeah. Yeah. The best way to get out there is just follow the sidewalk from the front door and it goes all the way down inside here. That's it. So,
Great initiative from our growth committee, ALC growth committee, Renita Matali and Denise. So looking forward to that, definitely. Next up, one of my favorite things. What have we got? Bill, you always have a listing coming up. Have you got something coming up?
It's the same one I mentioned last week. It is in Dunwoody Club Forest on Stapleton Court. Nice, quiet, cul-de-sac street, great backyard, $799. Had not updates this year, but updates within the last few years. It's just a great house, finished basement. Come talk to me. Vanderlyn Elementary.
Thank you, Bill. Who else?
I have
Michelle?
a listing coming up in Ellenwood. It's gonna be 230, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The sellers are actually getting the house ready to list. I will have one coming up in Jonesboro, 210, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Both of these will come up at the end of this month. I also have one coming up as well in Dunwoody Club Forest. Mine is gonna be listed between $650 and $675. I know he's gonna come out and walk through with me. It's on Lydell Court. Leiden Court. Leiden Court, and it's gonna be between $650 and $675. It does have a pool in the backyard. It is kind of near the power lines, but not exactly on it. Fully fenced in, and it's on a cul-de-sac, and it's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, again, with a pool in the backyard.
Thank you, Michelle.
Hey, real quick, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
When we're doing the what do you have, what do you need, can we include our contact info as well at the end, like just a quick phone number or something?
We put it in the chat. For the people who
Well,
have listings?
Right.
Oh, because they can't.
Right. Because sometimes you hear something and you want to get in touch with that agent and you don't have their contact info.
Well, this is Michelle Pleasant, and so I am definitely on social media. It is I am Michelle Pleasant on IG and 404-667-3200.
And before that, it was Mr. Bill Haas. And now, if you want to look this up, it's Miss Dunwoody.
People can get
All
contact
right, so
information.
this isn't
from
in
you.
Dunwoody though. This is a cute little 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo in Peachtree Corners, $125,000.
Wow.
So who needs something like
Is
that?
it stairs?
Hmm?
You got stairs or?
It's on the ground level.
Yeah,
I
I
think
got
there's
it.
like a stair up.
Menu.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Rental
And it's
restrictions?
RJ McCarthy.
Rental restrictions?
I gotta find out.
Okay.
I mean, I've been working on getting that information.
And that is RJ McCarthy. So if you want to get in touch with RJ, thank you. Kevin.
Well, further to the guy also, you can always call the front desk
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they'll patch us into any agent in the office if you're
Yeah.
not sure. I got 3 coming up here in the next 2 weeks. Shady Springs, 570, 42 the 4-car garage. Feeds into Spalding off of Brandon Mill. We've got Duluth Ranch with a basement, very nice upgrades in the backyard, 350, 3.2. And then Woodstock, a 3.2 for right at 250.
Kevin, props. Thank you very much. Well, Hank?
We got a inside the perimeter ranch, 645. It's listed as 6 bedrooms. The downstairs has been refinished and can be altered if that doesn't suit your needs. But it's all, 3, 2.5 originally on the main level, completely renovated top to bottom in a great neighborhood. Again, inside the perimeter, if you're looking somewhere close to North Druid Hills and New Choa, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, relocations over there are going strong and steady, and the market is just going through the roof. So this is actually a pretty good price. I say it's a great price. Everything's being built over there is in the $700,000 to $900,000 range.
Get in touch with Hank if you have questions. Michelle?
I have another one coming up in June, new listing, 350 Powder Springs, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, fully updated, fenced in backyard, and that will be in June, 350 Powder Springs. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, a large owner suite with a sit-in living room in there.
Awesome. Zoomers, what you got?
Hey, Marco, it's Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Having been the guy that used to do the video and the Zoom stuff, there's about 50 people on Zooming this morning. And I can tell you that Ellie is doing an excellent job. I mean, we're looking at the cameras just like we're in the room, whether we're looking at you guys in the room or whether we're looking at you standing up front or whether we're looking at the presentation. She's doing an incredible job. And
Thanks, Pete.
But you don't have a listing, Peter.
no, Kevin, all of mine are under contract.
He had a great sound system for Red Bank.
Yeah, he was our DJ.
Zoomers, what have you got coming up? Anybody? That's it then. Thank you very much for your attendance today. See you next week, same place, same time. And we're looking forward to getting more people in the training center, folks. Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you.
That was good.